Thanks, Wolf. We're going to get back to you again in a little bit. But right now in the crossfire, we've got Democratic strategist Brad Woodhouse. He is the president of American Bridge. We also have Republican strategist David Bossie, president of Citizens United. Let's start with you. The media's got this 100% wrong, right? This is not moderates versus Tea Party. The Tea Party has taken over the entire Republican Party. Don't you agree?
Well, Van, what really it is, well, I know you. Look, the conservative movement's been around a long time, since Barry Goldwater. Tea Party movement is nothing more than that as an outgrowth. It truly is. When I was a youngster, I would have been called a Tea Partier back when I was a young man.
But the Tea Party has a specific brand, and it's terrible. It's 29%.
Well, it's branded by folks like you.
29. Well, I didn't make up the name Tea Party. I think you guys did that. And 29% of favorability is not very good. Isn't it bad now that even your moderate Republicans, so-called, have adopted this Tea Party extremism on every issue? Don't you think that's terrible for the Republican Party?
Well, look, I think it is difficult for. Let me agree with you. Look, all of this is well and good. We all got to spend a lot of time on various political topics, but these primaries are a sideshow. As you said, the Tea Party has taken over the Republican Party. I mean, what Republican incumbents learned from 2010 and 2012 is that they better run and govern like the Tea Party, or they're
like the conservatives that they are elected to be.
I'll give you.
That's what that's about.
I'll give you three quick examples. Mitch McConnell hid under a desk while Ted Cruz shut the government down. Eric Cantor will not cross the Tea Party caucus in the House to put immigration reform on the floor, even though it would help the Republican Party in the long term.
It's because Republican primary voters won't want to elect.
And in 2011, John Boehner turned over his cojones to the Tea Party, and he's never gotten them back. And that's
okay. Well, I know Democrats really want to make this about an intra-party fight between the Republicans and the Tea Party, because 2014 is not going to be pretty for you guys, I have to say. You thought that banging on about raising the minimum wage was going to be this magic elixir. It has not been delivering the enthusiasm you've wanted. And today, the New York Times points out that Obama's core constituencies are hurting the most in Obama's economy. These are the people Obama and Democrats need to turn out. So he's not only failing Democrats at the kitchen table, but he's failing you guys at the polls. I mean, how frustrated, guys?
Well, first of all, I'm not frustrated. I think, the president has put forward an agenda. It's the Tea Party that has stopped the agenda.
The American people disagree with the agenda.
Let me stop you there, because we've talked about the Tea Party. I want you to talk about Democrats. Democrats are complaining that President Obama has not adequately conditioned the environment to run on an economic platform that works.
Well, I'm with Democrats all the time, and I haven't heard that complaint. I think the president has put forward a plan. But look, this is a midterm election, and we've all worked on them or covered them.
Yeah.
These come down to candidates and races in state.
And turnout.
Every race is going to be different. Every candidate is going to treat that race differently.
Yeah.
No, look, what it is it's about turnout. It's about excitement of the base. So if our Tea Party base, if the conservative movement is excited to turn out in November to vote against Barack Obama's candidates, we welcome Barack Obama in every race across this country.
Look, we want to make it
a referendum on Barack Obama.
Look, what the Republicans have,
and on Obamacare.
What the Republicans have done, they've co-opted the Tea Party. They've allowed the Kochs to take over the party, to fund the Koch brothers.
We love this argument.
The Koch brothers
we embrace more. You guys want to devolve it down.
The Koch brothers will spend more to elect Republicans than the NRSC and the NRCC.
You guys have class warfare, race warfare.
You don't think it's been a mistake to go after Tea Partiers and Koch Republicans instead of delivering your own economic message?
We're going to come back.
Look, you talk about somebody that doesn't have a message. I mean, y'all have.
Hold on, folks. We're going to come back because first of all, the first votes of the night are coming in. America wants to hear about it, but first we want you at home to weigh in on today's Fireback question. Have Tea Party candidates made the Republican Party stronger or weaker? We want you in on this. Reply stronger or weaker using hashtag Crossfire. Going to give you those results when we get back, and the very latest from Wolf in just a minute. Thanks, Wolf. So we're back with Democratic strategist Brad Woodhouse and with Republican strategist David Bossie. Now, back to you. Essie in the last block was talking about how maybe we were ahead of the curve on minimum wage. You guys on Obamacare, you keep banging the drum on that. Let me ask you a question.
I think you know why we do.
Let me ask you a question. You've got Bill McInturff, who is the pollster for John McCain. He says in the general election, going for full repeal is actually a loser. aren't you guys in danger of overshooting on Obamacare, overshooting on Benghazi, and being just like in 1998 and blowing it because you're out of touch with the American people?
No. No, I think that there's a great buildup, but no, we're going to run against Obamacare and we're going to run against Barack Obama. That's going to be the difference in this election cycle, and we're welcoming it.
One question. Are you going to call for full repeal? You got a Republican pollster saying full repeal is a loser. People want to fix it, not repeal it. Are you going to call for full repeal?
You have candidates like none all across the country are going to run from Barack Obama and can't answer a simple question, whether they would vote for his signature, his landmark legislation, Obamacare. He is going to cripple them. He's an anchor around their necks.
One more time. Are you for full repeal or not? Because you know that full repeal is a loser, and you guys are way out away from the
We're happy to fully repeal, and we're happy to fix where it needs to be fixed. Look, destroying healthcare for 300 million Americans by giving it to 7 million Americans is a losing effort on your part.
Well, and Brad, I mean, clearly the problem for Democrats isn't that Republicans are going to run too hard against Obamacare. It's, as David pointed out, and as we heard from John King, that your candidates don't even know how to talk about it. I mean, Michelle Nunn is one. We heard Natalie Tennant of West Virginia also was not able to answer whether or not she'd vote for it. Allison Grimes in Kentucky couldn't say whether she thought Obamacare should be delayed or not. Isn't that your real problem, that there's a confusing mixed message from Democrats on whether Obamacare is a net positive or a net negative?
No, I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem for Republicans and the problem for the Tea Party is that Obamacare has worked. The problem for them is that 8 million people signed up.
We're not confused about Obamacare.
Well, you know, the problem for them is they're not going to be able to do this. As McInturf has said, is that this full repeal is going to overshoot the runway. This Benghazi investigation is going to overshoot
Brad,
the runway.
I know that's not what I asked, though. What I asked was, isn't this going to be a problem when your candidates don't know how to talk about Obamacare and it's only May of 2014?
Well, I would say this, Essie. It's only May of 2014.
Oh, so they're going to get better at it.
Well,
okay, good.
I mean,
they got 6 months.
Every day the experience with Obamacare is improving. The statistics are improving.
Yeah, they seem really convincing.
The reviews are improving.
They're getting worse.
Okay.
Well, more people are having higher premiums. More people are losing.
I don't want to have it.
Wait a minute. More people.
Look, Obamacare. That's not.
Premiums have gone up. People are losing their health care. You all know it. You just won't be honest about it. You will not be honest about it. Yeah, I know 300 million people disagree with you.
Hold on.
It's a big night. It's a big night.
It's a big night. We're passionate. I get that. But let's stay with these races. You want to talk about Obamacare? What about this Medicaid blockade, where you've got Republican governors refusing to let people who are too poor for Obamacare, too rich for Medicaid, see doctors, and you've got now Republicans who are running for office who are afraid to even touch the issue because they know that this is going to be a local issue. And when you localize Obamacare in places like Kentucky, when you localize Obamacare in places like Arkansas, you guys lose. What about this Medicaid blockade? How are you going to handle that?
Let's have Barack Obama go to Kentucky and make that exact argument.
Well,
I would love for him to stand next to his candidate, Grimes, and I would love for him and his candidate to articulate why that would be good for Kentuckians. And that will never happen.
You're losing on health care policy here because it has been good for Kentucky.
Well, let's see what the voters of Kentucky say.
Has been popular. They've expanded Medicaid there. Where they haven't expanded Medicaid, Republican governors are in trouble. Rick Scott in Florida, Tom Corbett in Pennsylvania. They're in trouble in part because they haven't taken the Medicaid dollars and they're leaving. Well, here's the other thing, David. Forget the politics here. They're just leaving millions of people without health care. How do you feel about that?
Okay.
I mean, you guys go right to it. You can't help yourself. The world is going to come to Obamacare fixed it. Obamacare created as many problems as it fixed.
Okay, we got to go, guys. Let's check back on our fireback results. Have Tea Party candidates made the Republican Party stronger or weaker? Right now, 19% of you say stronger, 81% say weaker. What do you guys think of the results real quick? In a word?
I think
weaker. Weaker? Stronger, I'm imagining.
That poll results are based on who's watching CNN.
But listen,
a lot of good people.
I mean, that's what it is.
A lot of good people. But seriously, the Tea Party has a very bad name recognition right now. Do you think that when you have Boehner saying, if you vote for the Tea Party, you're voting for Republicans, doesn't that hurt you in the general election? Yes or no?
No.
But isn't this a mistake, Van? I mean, you're laying all of this on the Tea Party. When Republicans dominate in 2014,
you're going to have to come back here with me.
You're going to have
to come back here and thank the Tea Party for the victory.
I'll be happy to have you back. I want to thank you right now, Brad Woodhouse and David Bossie. The debate will continue online at CNN.com/crossfire, as well as on Facebook and Twitter. From the left, I'm Van Jones.
From the right, I'm Messi Cup. Stay with CNN and CNN.com for election updates throughout the night, and join us tomorrow for another edition of Crossfire. Aaron Burnett out front starts right now.